How's everybody? So, how's that airplane food? Okay. So, my first joke is about this kid. He's 4 years old. He got this 3-wheeled bike. So he asks his mom if he can ride it. She's like, sure, just don't go past the end of the street. So he's riding it, like all kids would. He doesn't go past the end of the street. So he's going, and it's getting dark. He doesn't know where he is. So, and then he hits this tree. He gets all cut up. So he goes, he's walking, and he finds this church. So he knocks on the door, and a priest comes to the door, and he asks if he can stay for the night. And the priest is like, sure, just don't ask about the weird noises. And of course, he woke up in the middle of the night to these weird noises. So he asked the priest what they were, and the priest is like, I can't tell you, you're not a priest. So he goes home, and a few years later, he's in like 6th grade, and he got this nice mongoose red bike. So he asked his mom if he could ride it, and she's like, sure, just don't go past the end of the street. So again, he goes past the end of the street, and he's riding, it's getting dark, he doesn't know where he is. And then he hits the same tree again, and he gets cut at the exact same spot. So he walks, and he goes to the same church, knocks on the door again, he asks the priest the same question. The priest is like, sure, just don't ask about the weird noises. So again, he wakes up to these weird noises. And he asks the priest what they were, and the priest is like, I can't tell you, you're not a priest. So now he's pretty mad, he goes home, and a few years later, he's like 16, and he got this nice red Mustang. And so he asked his mom if he could go for a drive. And she's like, sure, just don't go past the end of the street. And of course, again, goes past the end of the street. So he's driving, and the tree jumps into the road, and he crashes. And so he's walking, and he goes to the same church, knocks on the door again, and he asks the priest if he could stay for the night. And the priest is like, sure, just don't ask about the weird noises. So he wakes up again to the same weird noises. So he asks the priest, and the priest is like, I can't tell you, you're not a priest. So now he's angry. So he goes off to seminary school to become a priest. So he becomes a priest, he's driving his car down to the church, and he makes sure he does not crash into the same tree. So when he gets there, he's like, I'm a priest now, can I know about the weird noises? And he's like, sure. And he took him to the door, and he unlocked it, and he's like, go down there. So he walked for about a mile to this door. He tried to open it, it's locked. So he walks all the way back and asks for the key. And the priest is like, sure, and gives it to him. And he's like, why didn't you give me the key before? And he's like, because you didn't ask for it. So he walks down and unlocks the door, and walks past a 5-mile desert and trips over a cactus. He gets to the door, and it's locked. So he walks all the way back, trips on the same cactus, walks through the door, walks down the hallway, and asks for the key. And the priest is like, sure, and gives it to him. And then he asks, why didn't you give me the key before? And he's like, because you didn't ask for it. So he walks down the hall, walks through the desert, trips over the same cactus, walks through the rest of the way, unlocks the door, and he walks through like a 10-mile jungle. So he walks, and he gets to this silver door, and it's locked. So he walks all the way back through the jungle, all the way through the desert, and trips on the cactus again, walks all the way through the hall, and gets to the priest, and he asks for the key. And the priest is like, sure, here it is. And he asks why you didn't give him the key. And he's like, because you didn't ask for it. So he walked all the way down, through the hall, through the desert, and through the jungle to the silver door. And he unlocks it. And there's this blank space. And he's walking for like 20 miles. And then he gets to this go through, and it's locked. So now he's mad, and he starts banging on the door. And then he walks all the way back through the blank space, through the jungle, through the desert, through the long hallway. And then he finally gets to the priest. He's like, can I have the key? And he's like, sure, and gives him the key. And he asks, why didn't you give him the key before? And he's like, because you didn't ask for it. So he walks all the way through the hall, through the desert, through the jungle, through the blank space, and he unlocks the gold door, and guess what's there? I can't tell you, not a priest.